Dear friends, now that the new Pope is from Chicago, I like to share a true story from the city of Chicago. In 1976, there was a car accident in Chicago that seriously injured 21-year-old young man named Peter. His brain was damaged and he was thrown into a deep coma state. Doctors told Peter's family and friends that he wouldn't survive. Even if he did, he would be left in a comatose state for the rest of his life. One of the people who heard that frightening news was Lisa, the girl Peter had planned to marry in the near future. In the days ahead, Lisa spent all her spare time in the hospital after her day job. She would sit at Peter's bedside, pat on his cheek, and talk to him softly. Lisa said it was like we were on a normal date. All the while, Peter remained in a coma, unresponsive to Lisa's loving presence or whispers. Night after night, for 3.5 months, Lisa sat at Peter's bedside, speaking words of encouragement to him, even though he gave no sign that he understood her or even heard her. Gradually, with Lisa's help, Peter began to speak. Finally, the day came when Peter was able to ask Lisa's father if he could marry her. Lisa's dad was overjoyed and said, "Well, when you can walk down the aisle, Peter, she will be yours." 2 years later, Peter walked down the aisle of Our Lady of Pompeii in Chicago. And of course, he had to use a walker. Nonetheless, he was walking. Every television channel in Chicago covered that wedding. And some newspapers in the country carried pictures of Lisa and Peter. Many people called to congratulate this new couple. The story of Lisa and Peter is a beautiful story, a true love story. It is also a beautiful comment or commentary on the words of Jesus in today's gospel. He tells his disciples, "I give you a new commandment, love one another. As I have loved you, so you also should love one another." According to Father Candelemis, a papal chaplain, one might ask the question, how can love be a commandment or a duty? What relationship can there be between love and duty? Because love is always spontaneous, and duty makes it an obligation. And there could be two types of obligations in our life. One that comes from outside, the other one comes from within. And so a person may do certain things because of the fear of punishment. For example, we follow the traffic laws, fearing that we might get a ticket. The other one is that love induces a person to do things by attraction, like a little baby may be attracted by the sight of a toy or a doll. Therefore, we are naturally attracted by goodness, truth, and beauty that is God Himself. The reason for love being a commandment is that we are surrounded by many material things and goods, and hence we could easily lose sight of the supreme good. In this context, a Danish philosopher, Søren Kierkegaard, says this: "Only when there is a duty to love is love guaranteed forever." If there is one thing we need to do in this world, it is to rediscover the power of love. the kind of love that Jesus preached, taught, and showed us. His love was deep for his Father, that he was willing to sacrifice himself. The story of Peter and Lisa illustrates that this kind of true love has tremendous power, even a miraculous power over people. Just as Peter's recovery from coma was nothing short of a miracle. Dear friends, today's gospel is an invitation for all of us to see how we ourselves are answering the question or the commandment of love in our relationships, especially within our own family. As disciples of Christ, we are called to change the world, and starting from our own homes, or else we won't change it at all. I like to close with these inspiring words about the fire of love by Teilhard de Chardin. Teilhard de Chardin was a French priest, also a well-known philosopher and scientist. He writes this in one of his books. Someday, after mastering the winds, the waves, the tides, the gravity, we will harness for God the energies of love. And then, for the second time in the history of the world, man will discover fire. May the risen Lord help us to discover that fire of love.